Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. The Marcus Mariota contract details came out today, and it got Raider Nation talking, to say the least. This thing is pretty much packed full of incentives, so it has a lot of people thinking that Mariota's coming in here to take over this team. I really don't know if that's true or not. We're going to take a look at the contract. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I do appreciate that, and make sure you leave your opinion because I want to know what you guys are thinking about this contract. So let's go ahead and jump into it real quick. He signed a 2-year, $17.6 million contract. 7.5 of it is guaranteed in that first year, so pretty much all but $1 million of it's guaranteed for this first season. But then the incentives on the back end, he gets $2.4 million if he plays 60% of the snaps. He gets $2 million for a playoff run. He gets $1.5 million in per game win incentives. And then it's backloaded for the 2020 or 2021 season where it has another $10 million in incentives for that season as well. So the full contract is worth $37.5 million if he hits everything. If he hits all his incentives, that's how much he could stand to make. That's a shit ton of money for your backup quarterback. But his base contract is not. And I don't think that's what people understand. They're just seeing that big number of 37.5. Him hitting all those incentives is damn near impossible, especially his first season coming in here trying to learn Gruden's offense. That just doesn't make sense at all. I don't even think, unless Carr gets injured or he just totally shits the bed, I do not think you'll see Mariota at all this season. There's a lot of people out there that saying come week 4, if Carr's slipping and we're 1-3, maybe even 2-4, Gruden's going to pull the trigger and bring Mariota in. I think Carr's going to get a little bit longer of a shot than that, but I truly do not see this team coming out there and being 1-3 or 2-4. I could see us starting 3-1 probably, but only time's going to tell. So I want to know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you think Carr's in jeopardy of losing his job, because I mean there's a very, very real possibility of it. The other thing is Gruden and Mayock, I mean, they've been pretty open about it. They love Mariota. They've talked him up ever since he came out in his draft class. They were both on the same page about him back then, which, I mean, these guys talk up the quarterbacks every single year. At that point, it was both of their jobs to talk up these quarterbacks, and Mariota was the second pick in the draft. So, of course, he was going to get a lot of talk time, and, of course, they were going to be loving him, trying to get him up on his pedestal going in before the draft like they do for all these guys coming out. But I really think that Mariota could fit into this offense. I think he could end up being, a lot of people are saying he's going to be the future. I don't see that. If anything, I think he's going to be like the transitional guy that comes out there. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you really think Mariota could take this team over? I don't see it happening. I truly don't. But I want to know what you guys think. Renee, what's happening, man? I think the Raiders are hoping Carr does great things this year, and then he's traded for 2 first-rounders or a first and a second. The dude just lacks heart. I'm hoping we get to see his heart. I know he's been pissed off this season. I know there's a lot coming out about him. And a lot of you guys have mentioned to me, he hasn't really got out there on Twitter and mentioned or brought these new guys in and gave them like the warm welcome like he always has in the past. He's really just sitting back real quiet right now, which is another thing that has me kind of scratching my head. So I'm curious to see what happens with that, because whenever we'd sign somebody, he would immediately jump on Twitter and be like, oh man, welcome to the Raiders, oh, welcome to the nation. He's not doing any of that shit right now, so that kind of has me a little bit puzzled, I'm not going to lie. I think he's had way too many chances, should have been pulled a few times last year. And Renee, to be completely honest with you, I think there was a few times myself where he should have been pulled last year. The simple fact was we did not have anybody to put in there besides Carr. And that's what's going to be interesting about this season, is because now we do have Mariota behind him. And I personally do not think Mariota is a very good quarterback. I truly do not. I think we'd be taking a major step backwards. But if he went in there and somehow he clicked with the team, and you see that shit all the time, a new quarterback goes in there, all of a sudden everybody starts playing a little bit better because they're all real excited. You saw that shit happen in Cleveland. Look what happened there. So, man, it's a tough one, dude. We might be seeing the end of Carr this season, though. Then the other thing I wanted to ask you guys real quick, I know a lot of you guys have seen it out there, the Olympics and everything got pushed back. Do you think the NFL season is going to get pushed back or just canceled as a whole? A lot of these sporting events are getting moved. A lot of them are getting pushed back. I'm just really curious to see what you guys think about it. I'm truly praying this shit's gone by August, but there's a serious chance that it's not. So I want to know your opinion on it. Let me know if you think the season's going to go off. I know the draft's going to go off just fine, just because nobody has to actually be there. They can do that shit from pretty much a closet with a camera if they wanted to. And everybody else could just kind of Skype their way in there. But as far as the actual preseason kicking off, I mean, 2 teams on each side, plus the refs and the camera crews, that's way more people than they want in an area right now, so I'm curious to see what happens with that. I truly do not want this season to be delayed at all. I'm jacked up as shit about this season. I think we got a serious shot going in there and taking over this division, possibly taking over the AFC if everything plans out right. And those plans will not involve Marcus Mariota, sorry to say. He'll be riding the pine, holding that clipboard, talking to Carr in between the plays, and Carr's going to light it up. And if he doesn't, then we're going to get to see Mariota, but I don't think Mariota is going to be the future. I think he's just going to be that transitional guy. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about with you guys, do you think we should, I mean, I know I've made a video about it before, but I've been talking to a lot of people about it. We need to get some damn receivers on this team. I think we're either going to have to trade for one, or we're going to have to draft 2. And I do not want 2 rookie wide receivers out there unless it's 2 of the best ones out there. So coming back to us drafting 2 in the first round, if we do not do something immediately, not immediately, but before this season starts, as far as that number 1 wide receiver position, we're kind of screwed. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Oh, Fierce, what's happening, man? I can care less who's the QB. I just want us to win. That's all I truly, truly want. At the end of the day, I just want to see us just make a little bit of a playoff run. I don't even care if we squeak into the wild card and then we win the wild card round and then get knocked out. I just want to see us in the playoffs. I want to see this team keep developing. We've made some huge, huge moves this offseason. A lot of these dudes do not get the credit that they actually deserve out there, but we flipped our defense. I knew we were going to do it. And there's still a few key pieces that we need out there. I'm not going to jump into it right now. But then on the offensive side of the ball, we just need those receivers. But then we got a serious shot, man. I'm telling you we do. So, oh, man, it's going to be a tough one. Yes, number 12 has to be a wide receiver. It has to be. And honestly, at this point, I really don't think we're going to draft a linebacker at 19 anymore. The 2 people that we brought in, and then Markel Lee and Morrow still out there, I think they're probably honestly going to run with that. I would still love to see a linebacker taken at 19, but if we took a safety at 19 or a corner at 19, I could totally see that happening too, depending on who's still on the board out there. But I like Robinson, former Chief. He burned us a few times. Yes, he has. That is a true fact. He has burned us on more than one occasion out there. It could be just, but I mean, he's more just a speed guy. I want to get like that true number 1 that can be your speed guy, can be your possession guy. So we'll see. We should draft a linebacker at 19, though. I really think we should draft a linebacker at 19, but I don't know if we're going to just because of the people that we picked up. I'm really curious to see how that plays out. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. It wasn't going to be a super long video. I just wanted to break down Mariota, put his contract out there, and just kind of get your guys' thoughts on it. Let me know what you think about it. I think it's a really good deal. I think it's really going to push Carr because it's going to light a fire under Mariota's ass. Because Marcus is going to want that money. He's truly going to want that money. And the only way he's going to get it is if he beats out Carr. And Carr knows that he has this big-ass contract back there. So hopefully Carr will play lights out and keep Mariota from coming in and taking his starting job. And if he does take his starting job, then he has something to play for because he has all these incentives. So overall, I'm extremely happy with this contract. I think it works in the favor of both these players. And I think it's going to start a true, I don't want to say quarterback competition, but I think it's going to really push Mariota, which is going to make him push Carr, and it's going to benefit this team greatly. So well done, Mike Mayock, again, especially not just paying him outright. Make him earn that shit. Great move again. That's what I got for you guys. Until next time, I'm Son Joku. I appreciate all you guys that came out in the live chat. I always do love that. But we will catch you guys next time.